channel, Website Crafter, and my name is Rahul Mishra. Right, and this is why I teach how to make websites like a pro. Let's go on. So our today's widget, today we don't have any widget. Today we are exploring the advanced panel in Elementor, and I'm sure you have been wondering since we posted out the spacer widget video, where I was showing how the possibilities with the advanced tab. So let's get the answer to that old puzzling question that made you wait for the answer. So basically, the advanced tab helps you create creative effects like backgrounds, shadows, and many more. So you are really unlocking some possibilities, and with Elementor Pro, you can add CSS that makes it even more powerful. You can also add motion effects that is really cool. I think that it is amazing. Wow. I think this works very well. So that's one thing. That's it. And the advanced tab is also a tab where you can modify your widget in some way, like the spacer widget. One thing to remind you, link in the description below. So let's dive right in. So here we are in Elementor. This is our template which I made. So this is my own creativity. You can put your own creativity into whatever website you make. But let's go on to start. So let's start off with a heading up here because I want it to pop. I want to space it away from other widgets. So I can add some margin and that adds space around it. Okay? And if I go in the inner section, see this. You should understand how the margin and padding works and what is the difference between it. So now the padding, look, padding would add space inside the parent, inside this parent container to put these widgets closure and columns. It is clamping them in. It is compressing the space inside. I think 10 is enough for me. And for margin, you are, making space around the inner section. For this, 5 is enough. Oh, for this example. So keep in mind, you use padding for parent container or to blow an object up. Use margin to put space around an object. Object just means widget, column or section. So if you can keep in mind this, then you will never end up messing up with the widget using the margin and padding. Now, G-index. So, I want to overlap this icon over here. This is easier to see. No. Yeah. So, here it is. And I want it to overlap with this about. So what I do is put a G-index of 0 and give this a G-index of 1. Now if I make in the margin, if I put a negative, that will work. Yeah. Now you can see that they overlap. But if I make this have no G-index, these will work that whichever is the upper one will go behind. But that is not always what you want. So let the city take over the other. So here this city icon is one and tada. I think this is a bit too much of it. So reduce this from 50 to 40. Well, it almost finishes the beach top. I would also now CSS IDs and classes. Okay, using the icon widget, let's start off with the CSS ID. So it works like this. You can write anything like for CSS, but remember no spaces, and same goes with classes. And I'll do it over here in CSS. Now this will work with the custom CSS tab. That is excellent according to me. Now motion effects. Anyone can enjoy adding motion effects. From entrance animations, that's what I want. And this is one effect, but there are many more entrance animations to explore. There are too many, so that's all. Over here I want in action. So what I tell you is that you can mess up with the entrance animation. You've got animation delay in milliseconds. Remember, 1000 milliseconds make 1 second. Just one thing to note down. If you go in here, you can also see that there are some of this calling and mouse effects. Calling effects can work like this one. Mouse effects can be perfect for these images. No, I would go surface. Okay, and then I like them tilting in the same direction. So now this one will try to go on the other side of the mouse. You see, get rid of the mouse. How to even touch its side. And this one will always come to the mouse while it loves the mouse. Anyways, forget about pointers. This is really cool. That's just something that's possible. And there are many more things you can do with this, because it is a good way to create parallax effects. Now background. I better use the background on the back of the daily apartment thing. So if I add one, I'll create that Howard gradient I showed you that day. I mean that one. That time. I should say better. This don't look nice at all. Sunflower yellow and some of that city pink. Cool. Almost done with this. This looks better. That is how you can use the background. Homework can also be done with the transition duration. Borders. Why not? Roof is my favorite option. So I'll choose that. And I'll make it sunflower yellow. I love the frame look. Oh, this is a frame on the page. And it flew into the air. But look at this. You can make them look away from each other and close to each other. If you make them opposite and direct, okay. Cool enough to have a scaling thing like this. Thingy. So now next on the advanced tab, what is there? Okay, mask works perfect for images. So I want to put this fish in a circle because I just want to. Then why not? Let's do so. Did I get the fish in my frame? No! Need something. X position and Y position. Just enough to line this up. Perfect. There. This looks very nice. So now positioning. So I just to show you with the image widget, icon widget over here. I will go in here and here default is according to the theme. I use hello. Full width will take the size of the column. Inline will take up the size of the content in the widget. And custom will help you set your own custom width. For this example, I use custom and just type 50. Oh, percent. 50%. And the other will be also 50 because of some idea. So if I can do this, easy peasy. And look, they're side by side. You don't even need an intersection. You know what? I'll tell you one trick to avoid that thing I told you in the last video. Number one mistake with intersections. Try to use this more than the intersection widget because this technique takes less code. Because in the intersection you have code of making the container and this and that, the columns, it's like extra code. But for this, it can be done with just one property in CSS. Easy, right? That is also getting rid of a lot of code. So that's why this is a good way to stop overusing the intersection widget. Because more code, it takes more time to load the code and that makes your site slow in widget. And that's definitely what you don't want for your website because it's irritating for the audience. They don't have the patience to wait for your website to load, and if it is too slow, they would go to another website, and that's something you also don't want. That's why try to use this mode. It's kind of like Flexbox in CSS. Sort of. I know about CSS coding. We'll talk about it in future video, not for now. I'll also show one trick at the end of this. So for the positioning, we just put this at a style. Again, I just think this that it is not too big and it don't bother us too much. Now I can't put it in the air. You know what is the reason you can't put it in the air? Like that? Look, these widgets work like the FCPX magnetic timeline. So even if I try to drag this section away, it will stick here. But using the advanced, those positioning options, you sort of get a position of, and that helps you keep a gap between the magnetic and line thing feature. That helps you make things float away from other widgets. And that sounds quite cool, right? So, let me show you an example. So, here I would going to, the heading widget, which I shouldn't. So, I'm going to not go anywhere except the positioning and put my position to absolute. Absolute works like this: your frame hanging on the wall and you have come with a ladder to fix it. When you go down the ladder and look forward, you will not see it. Because it goes up, but it still can escape them. Escape the magneticity. And by default, when you make it absolute, it goes to the top of the column. Cool. Now I can position it anywhere I like. But what you are seeing is, this is not what I want. I want it to stay with me in a better way. Okay, that is right. You are trying to make it stay with you. Pretend this was a brand logo, okay? Just pretend. Then you would have to adjust it to fit. Now this is like something that you have a stick, popsicle stick, you glue it to a sticky poster and then hold it in your hand. If you go up and down and keep it in your hand, you will see that it don't go. Until you move your hand, that is like replacing it in another position using these offsets, right? So, it is better to, if you are trying to be precise, you can use these. If you are just in a hurry, then use the slider. So there are two options for you. Let's just get that right. No, I need to get it till here. Perfect. So that's how you can use positioning. It stays with you even if you scroll. It doesn't go away. And that's all about the positioning. I think this is cool. The next option is responsive. Let's pretend that I didn't have enough space to put this on mobile. But you can then see it is tablet friendly and mobile friendly. Let's just adjust for tablet. I don't like this city on the tablet, okay? So I can say that I don't want any of this city on the tablet. I'll do responsive and write on tablet and mobile off. It is grayed out because it is not allowed on this device. I'm not talking much about responsive right now. I'm just telling that how to remove it on the device. Attributes. And you don't understand. It is not easy to understand for menus because this has something to do with coding, HTML coding. Now we are entering the last of all, custom CSS. CSS is a type of coding, but if you are scared of coding, don't worry. I'll just tell you a few tricks that can help you expand your possibilities. Because the deeper you go, you might get more scared. So, just to start, one thing I will show you is that how to make grayscale. So I want to first change this thing to grayscales, but I don't have a filter. I want it to look more vivid. So what I will do over here is a selector, filter. This will be the only trick I need. And there are many options like grayscale, and now it is 10%. One is complete grayscale, 0.5 is halfway grayscale, and you keep on desaturating it the more you add it. You can add sepia. So if I add 1 to my sepia, it becomes totally sepia. I can add, for example, blur, and there are too many effects possible. Okay, CSS is infinite effect adder, so you can use custom CSS in your products wherever you want. Though I'm sure this will be the least useful tools for most of you. Or maybe you won't use it. Because anyways, this is coding. And it is just your option, okay? You don't really need to, you just have an option to do things like sepia and other things. And that can be really powerful. And that's the end to the advanced panel. So that's how the advanced panel is. It's not only a thing I left driving you nuts for some time, and now I finally got the video, but also something cool you can really put your possibilities to the next level with. And also Elementor Pro in the description below. So also those links we put in the description are affiliate links. If you click them, we get a commission that will help us sustain the channel and keep producing videos for you. Yeah, see you in the next video. Did I lose focus a minute ago?
Right through life, every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. routine.